Hello everyone, welcome back to Cloud Pathshala. My name is Manendra Tawar. Today we will discuss that how we can automate the process of start and stop of Azure virtual machines by using Logic Apps. So Logic Apps are basically integrated platform as a service where we can create the workflows for our Azure services to automate the processes. In this video, we will learn how to auto schedule start and stop process for Azure virtual machines using Logic Apps. So let's get started. First, we will create a VM on which we will test that Logic Apps automation. So I'm creating a virtual machine here. So this will create a new resource group. I'm just giving a CP web. Okay, here Ubuntu VM will be created. I'll go with SSH key. Rest parameters I'm keeping default. You can check networking. It will create a new network. Monitoring, then monitoring with a managed storage account. I'm not using any tags. This is for the review of your selection. Let's create. Let's download the private key as well. It will help us to log in into the VM. Okay, it will take some time. Meanwhile, what we can do, we can create our Logic app and we can create the workflow where we will decide when we want to shut down our VM or when the VM to be started. Let's create in the Logic apps. You can search the Logic apps in the search bar. Click on add. Let's use the same resource group. Here we have to give the name CP Logic app. Okay, I'm going with the workflow as we need to create the workflow. So here are plan types. You can go with the standard one. You can use the consumption one. Consumption one is best for entry level. If you are using for your serverless applications, then you can go for enterprise level. Okay, right now I'm going with the consumption one. Zone redundancy, I don't want. I'm disabling it. So this is for review. You can review your selections and create. I'm opening a duplicate tab where we can see the progress of our VM creation. And here we will work on the Logic Apps part. Let's go to the VM part and check if our VM is ready. Okay, our VM is ready. Here are Logic Apps also ready. So what we need to do here is you can search here Logic App Designer. Here we have to create the workflow. You have to choose blank Logic App. Now what is our requirement? We have to schedule a periodic task where we can mention the shutdown time for our VMs and the start time for our VMs. So you have to search it here like schedule. You will get the option to schedule the tasks. It is taking some time. Let's select first one, schedule. This will be recurrence. Recurrence means we are doing it on periodic basis, that will run monthly basis, weekly basis, or on daily basis. Let's select with the recurrence. What is the interval is required? So I'm selecting 1 and here week. So I'm going on weekly basis, or you can select the days as well. There are other parameters you can select here, like what is the time zone you want to run the schedule. Here you can select the time zone. So I'll go with the IST time zone. The new parameter is on these days. You can select the days in the week on which day you want to run this schedule. Let's select the days. I want to run the schedule only for weekdays, not for weekend. If you want to run for weekend as well, you can select all the days. Now other parameter is start time. You have to mention the start time. Suppose you are working in an organization where you want to schedule the task that VM should be shut down after 9 p.m. So you can select the time here. So I am selecting as a 9 p.m. that will be 21. So here you can see we have scheduled on weekly basis. We have selected the days and we have mentioned the time. Now what is the next step is the task. What task we want to perform on this schedule time? Just search it here. You will get an option to stop the VM, like power off virtual machine. Here you have to select power off virtual machine. Now there are two options. It will ask you to sign in. You can go with a managed identity, or you can use the service principal, or you can use the method sign in. Only a owner or administrator has the rights to sign in the tenant. So I'm signing in with my username and password. It's done. Here you have to select the details like your subscription ID, your resource group you want to apply the schedule for. So we have created CP web group. Our virtual machine is in the same resource group. Here you can select your virtual machines. If you want to add more than one virtual machine, you can add a new step. Then you can use the same step what we have done in the second step. Right now we have only one VM, so we will test it only for one VM. Right, our schedule is ready. What we can do right now, the time is 12:39. We can test. If you want to test it right now, then I have to mention the time accordingly. So I have mentioned the hour is 12. Let me unmark 21, and I want to add one more parameter, that is minute. So right now is 12:40. I'll mention 12:41 here. Okay, and save the task. So what this task will do, this task will run after 1 minute at 12:41 and power off the virtual machine. Let's see. Right now our virtual machine is in running state. We will check after 1 minute what is the status of our virtual machine. If you want to add the start task in the same logic app, you can do it in the same one, or you can create a new logic app workflow to start your virtual machines. You can see our virtual machine is in stop state right now, means our workflow is working fine. Let's go to the resource. On the left side there is an option to check run history, where you can check the task we scheduled got run or not. Hope this video will help you to understand the concept of logic apps, and same you can implement in your organization. By implementing this process, you can save the cost up to 60%. So that's all for today's video. We'll connect in next video with new topic. Thank you guys.